I've been torn apart the minute that I've gone on TV. Society gave me insecurities.
What are you doing? What is your secret?
My secret is just, I think, having a positive outlook on life.
Khloe confesses, every surgery revealed. Welcome to PopPlug. Let's plug you in. A positive outlook and some, quote, great doctors. Yeah, Khloe Kardashian keeping it real and sharing the exact list of everything she's done to her face. That's right. After years of brushing off speculation, denying surgery rumors, and chalking up her transformation to good lighting, Khloe finally cracked. In a move that shocked fans, followers, and even her critics, she took to Instagram and broke it all down herself. No PR spin, no interview fluff, just a cold, hard list. And let's just say it was a lot. So what pushed her to finally spill? It started with a London-based aesthetics doctor, Johnny Betteridge, who made a reel celebrating Khloe's glow-up, particularly her show-stopping appearance at Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's wedding in Venice. But instead of just complimenting her, he went full diagnostic mode. He posted side-by-side videos, tracing her changes across the years, and laid out what he thought she'd had done. Temporal brow lift, upper eyelid surgery, a rhinoplasty, lip fillers, a full face and neck lift, even a chin implant.
Alongside noticeable weight loss, I think she's had a temporal brow lift, upper blepharoplasty, rhinoplasty, lip filler, a face and neck lift, and a chin implant.
In addition to his video, his caption read, "Based on recent photos, I believe she may have had the following work done. She looks dramatically different from a few years ago. And whether you see it as glow up or glam makeover, there's no denying she's created a bold new look for herself," the caption continued. The post, which received over 25,000 likes, ended with a disclaimer, letting readers know that Betteridge's reporting was purely speculative and based on my professional opinion. It was speculative, sure, but it also went viral. And then, the unexpected happened. Khloe Kardashian herself slid into the comments. Yep, Coco entered the chat, and she didn't hold back. Khloe wrote, before sharing every procedure she's had done and the doctors who performed them, I take this as a great compliment. First off, I think these photos are about 15 years apart, but here's a list of things that I have done. I've been very open in the past about what I have done, so here we go. Instead of clapping back or brushing it off, she decided to list everything she's actually had done. First up, the nose job. Yep, the thing people have asked about for years. Khloe confirmed she went under the knife for a rhinoplasty, courtesy of Dr. Raj Kanodia. And in her words, she may never have done it if not for some childhood trauma. Hearing her mom critique her own nose.
Who knows if I never heard Mom talk about my nose, if I would ever think I needed a nose job.
Right. I definitely heard her talk about your nose.
You can't help but wonder, if you grow up around that level of scrutiny, how do you not start to question your face? But Khloe didn't stop at her nose. She said she's had laser hair removal, not just the usual spots, but even her hairline to sculpt it into that signature Kardashian arch. In her own words, laser hair for the hairline and everywhere else at Sev Laser Aesthetics. And that's not the only laser involved in her beauty routine. Khloe shared she also gets soft wave laser for skin tightening, courtesy of Software Therapy, a non-invasive treatment that tightens the skin. She once shared in an interview that she started noticing lines on the sides of her neck, something that really bothered her. You can hear it in her own words.
Hell are these lines on the side of my neck? I'm too young for this. What is this?
Most people would just shrug it off as a normal part of aging. Khloe, she booked the laser. And when it comes to injectables, she didn't play coy. Khloe said yes to Botox and Sculptra, especially after having a tumor removed from her cheek in 2022. Let's take a moment there. A tumor. Khloe had what she thought was a little dot on her face. It turned out to be cancerous. Doctors had to open up her cheek, and she ended up with a significant scar. The injectables weren't just for vanity, they were part of rebuilding. She openly described the experience, even saying the stitches were intense.
Remember, I had like this just tiny little dot on my face, and they had to sort of open up my cheek. I didn't think this was a tumor. Who would have thought that? The stitches was like crazy. And that's a lot of stitches.
In that moment, you kind of see the human behind the filter. Still, she also admitted to using filler for purely cosmetic reasons in the past. But here's the twist. She says she hasn't touched filler in years. Not because she didn't like it, but because she heard it never truly goes away. In her own words, filler in the past, but not any over the last few years. I hear it never goes away, so I'm sure it's still there, but calm down. That puffiness you saw a few years ago? She says it's probably still there, just settled now, and that's where the regret creeps in. She went too far chasing this perfected version of herself, and now she's trying to ease back into something more natural. If that word even applies anymore. Then came the baby threads. This one had people Googling in confusion. Khloe admitted to getting collagen baby threads inserted under her skin, specifically around her chin and neck area. These aren't surgery, but they're still needles and threads going into your face to lift and stimulate collagen. Subtle, non-permanent, but still kind of intense, no? Especially when you think about how often these treatments have to be repeated just to maintain the look. And just when you thought it couldn't get weirder, Khloe casually drops that she gets salmon sperm facials. Yes, you heard that right. Salmon, sperm, injected into her face. Apparently, it's a new anti-aging treatment with DNA repairing properties. And yeah, it's supposedly all the rage among celebs.
I do the salmon sperm, but
How is it?
I'm never gonna do whale sperm.
Whether it works or not is still up for debate, but you can't deny how far some people will go to preserve that glassy, Instagram perfect glow. Was it Kim who introduced her to it? Probably. It feels very on brand for their circle. From there, Khloe went on to talk about her daily skincare, vitamins, and probably the most visibly noticeable part of her transformation, an 80-pound weight loss. She emphasized that it wasn't fast, it wasn't Ozempic, it was slow and steady, done over the years with her coach, Joe Paris. She credits fitness with helping not just her body, but her mind and emotions too, which, fair enough.
Work out, and I love to just, like, that's my selfish time.
Working out really can be therapeutic. But again, the question lingers. Is it really just hard work and green smoothies? Because when every celebrity is suddenly skinny and Ozempic prescriptions are skyrocketing, it's hard not to raise an eyebrow. Khloe didn't mention it. She didn't deny it either. But the omission was noticeable, especially when she's revealing everything else, from laser treatments to injectable fish parts. Why not just say no Ozempic? Maybe it's the one line she didn't want to cross, or maybe it's part of the secret menu. And this is where things start to feel a little bit deeper than surface level beauty. In her comments, Khloe reflected on how people used to bully her before she had work done and kept bullying her after. It's like she could never win. Too natural. The ugly sister. Too enhanced. She's fake. You start to understand the pressure, not just to be beautiful, but to be beautiful in a very specific way. One that's constantly shifting. One that maybe doesn't actually exist. At least not without lasers, injectables, and some salmon DNA.
Started whatever changing my look. You get better makeup, you do fillers, you do whatever. I had a nose job, and there's still people constantly bullying you. It's like, so which one is it?
On the other hand, is it the whole truth? Because let's be honest, she left a few things out. No mention of any BBL, even though fans have speculated about her curves for years. No mention of breast augmentation, body contouring, liposuction, or skin tightening surgeries. And yes, still no word on Ozempic. So, is this Khloe owning her journey or just managing the narrative? Is she being transparent or is she drawing a boundary? Maybe it's both. Maybe after all these years of being compared to her sisters, critiqued by the media, dissected by fans, and guessed at by plastic surgeons, she just wanted to reclaim the conversation. Here's what I did. Now stop guessing.
It's like, so which one is it? You have to do things for yourself. We're still growing and evolving, and we're all just trying to do the best we can.
But here's the thing. In Hollywood, the work never really stops. Beauty is a moving target. And in a family where every member seems to evolve with the seasons, it's hard to believe any of this is truly final. Maybe Khloe's just taking a break. Maybe she's finally happy. Or maybe this is just the latest chapter in an ongoing transformation that none of us are ever really meant to understand. Just admire. So now we're left wondering, is that all she got done? Is she leaving out a few things, maybe a BBL or some Ozempic? Do you think she's finally done tweaking her look, or is this just a pause before the next reveal? Has she gone too far, or is this just what it takes to survive as a Kardashian in 2025? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more breakdowns like this one.